Hello Scorpio, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Every month leaves its own symbols. Let's explore what August may be reflecting for Scorpio, not only through tarot, but also through the sky above us. We have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, and our oracle card is Delay. We will return to these cards in just a moment. Let's begin with the month itself. August opens beneath a steady yet transformative sky for you, Scorpio. Jupiter continues his journey through Leo, where it will remain until July 2027. For Scorpio, this activates your 10th house, the house of career, purpose, public life, and the legacy you are quietly building. Jupiter expands whatever is ready to be seen. It may widen your professional path, reveal new opportunities for recognition, or encourage you to step into a role that carries greater responsibility and visibility. Sometimes expansion begins with success. Sometimes it begins with becoming willing to be seen. This month also brings two especially meaningful events. On August 12th, we experience both a new moon and a solar eclipse in Leo. A new moon marks a beginning. An eclipse often brings a deeper reset. Together, they invite us to release what no longer reflects who we are becoming, making space for something more authentic to emerge. The sky doesn't force change. It creates moments that invite it. August feels like one of those moments. For you, Scorpio, this solar eclipse may invite you to redefine what success truly means. It becomes less about proving yourself and more about standing confidently in the work, purpose, and direction that genuinely belong to you. I'd like to share two reflections to capture the spirit of this moment. Beyond applause. When approval becomes your measure, the soul grows tired. Release the need for validation, comparison, and endless pursuit. True worth is not performed, it's remembered. Come home to what is real, not what is seen. As Jupiter expands Leo's energy, it also enlarges whatever is waiting to be seen. That includes our gifts and sometimes our shadows. This card asks us, where do I still measure my worth through someone else's eyes? Where I have forgotten that my value has always existed, even when no one is watching. Sometimes the strongest foundation we can build is the quiet confidence that no longer depends on applause. For Scorpio, this may be the month you stop asking, will they approve? And begin asking, does this truly reflect who I am today? The inner sun, a new beginning of self-remembering. Step into the light that has always lived within you. Honor your inner child, your source of joy, creativity, and truth. You are not becoming the light, you are returning to it. Once we loosen our grip on external approval, something beautiful begins to awaken. The inner sun reminds us that our deepest confidence has never come from outside ourselves. It has always lived within. The more you trust your own inner authority, the less your confidence depends on recognition from the outside world. That return to yourself may become one of the August's greatest gifts. Toward the end of the month, on August 28th, we have the full moon and lunar eclipse in Pisces. For Scorpio, this full moon illuminates your 5th house, the house of creativity, joy, and heartfelt self-expression. It may invite you to release creative projects, relationships, or expectations that no longer inspire you, making space for experiences that feel more authentic and alive. Sometimes joy returns, not because something new appears, but because we finally make room for it. After a month of new beginnings, the full moon reminds us that not everything needs to be solved. Some things simply ask to be released. The circle of giving. We are here to give from our hearts, and we are here to receive with grace. True balance is not in giving more, but in honoring the sacred flow between both. Together we rise, together we heal. Many of us find it easier to give than receive. We offer our time, our energy, our care, but struggle to accept support when it is offered back. This full moon invites a balance. To share your gifts freely and to receive with the same openness. Because giving and receiving are not opposites. They complete one another. Scorpio often gives deeply. This eclipse gently asks whether you have been allowing yourself to receive the same honesty, affection, and care that you so freely offer to others. The skies often ask us to grow. The cards often ask us to look within. Neither can choose our path for us, but together they remind us that meaning is something we create. Today we have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, and our oracle card is delay. At first glance, this may seem like a story about moving slowly, but the cards tell something far more interesting. They suggest that timing and progress are not always the same thing. The Eight of Cups often appears when something has reached its natural conclusion. Traditionally, this card speaks of walking away from what no longer nourishes us. This image tells a different story. Instead of someone leaving, we see a figure whose dress has become a birdcage. The birds remain inside, while one small bird has already found its way beyond the bars. It raises a question. Have we simply forgotten that the door has been open for longer than we realized? Not every cage is locked. Some are built from beliefs we have carried for a very long time. If the past few years have asked you to release old identities, relationships, or expectations, this card reminds you that freedom often begins within, long before it becomes visible on the outside. Next comes the Knight of Wands. This card brings movement, curiosity, momentum. The image on the card offers us something wonderfully unexpected. Instead of a powerful horse charging into battle, the knight rides a flying pig, a symbol many of us recognize from the expression, when pigs fly. In other words, something once dismissed as impossible suddenly becomes imaginable. The knight reminds us that progress often begins the moment we stop assuming a dream is unrealistic. Sometimes the boldest step we can take is allowing ourselves to believe that change is actually possible. After seasons that may have asked for patience, this card suggests your energy is beginning to move again, not through force, but through renewed belief in what is possible. The Four of Wands often speaks of celebration, stability, but here there are no grand buildings or victory banners. Instead, we see a child running freely through a whimsical forest of oversized lollipops, almost dreamlike. After the heaviness of the first card, this feels like a return to joy, a reminder that peace doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it comes as realization that you no longer have to carry what once weighted you down. After years of rebuilding, this card suggests that you are allowed to enjoy what you have created, rather than always preparing for the next challenge. Finally, our oracle card is delay. At first, this may sound discouraging, but its message is surprisingly compassionate. Delay is not always an obstacle. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it gives us the time to see what urgency would have caused us to miss. Slower progress is not wasted progress. Roots grow before branches appear. Foundations settle before walls can safely rise. Not everything that moves slowly is moving in the wrong direction. The years behind you may have felt like a long season of endings, rebuilding, and deep inner change. This card suggests that what looked like delay may actually have been preparation. Taken together, these cards tell a remarkably hopeful story. The Eight of Cups speaks of releasing an identity that has become too small. The Knight of Wands rekindles the courage to believe in new possibilities. The Four of Wands reminds us that genuine success is not only about reaching a destination. It's also about creating a life where we can finally breathe. And delay, rather than stopping the path, helps ensure that what we build has lasting foundations. August may not be asking you to rush toward the next chapter. It may be inviting you to trust that everything you have lived through has been shaping the strength you'll carry into it. Life doesn't always unfold according to our schedule. Some doors open immediately. Others ask us to grow strong enough to walk through them. Looking back, what once felt like a setback may reveal itself as perfect timing. Because not every pause is an ending. Some are simply the space where deeper roots take hold before the new growth begins. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Take what speaks to your own experience. Leave behind whatever belongs to another path. And I'll see you in the next reading.